Severance Season 2's finale is jam-packed with many twists and turns, but its ending tops every plot development by showing how Mark makes one crucial decision. Given how Severance Season 1's ending is often touted as one of the most gripping story beats in modern television, Season 2 carried the immense pressure of topping it with its final arc. While it is debatable whether Severance Season 2's ending is as compelling as Season 1's, it undoubtedly brings a powerful conclusion to the Apple TV Plus sci-fi show's second run while paving the way for future installments in its first half. Severance Season 2's Episode 10 primarily unfolds in the outside world, where Mark, Coble, and Devon try to convince Mark's Innie to help them rescue Gemma. However, what initially seems like a simple mission later turns into an argument between Mark's Innie and Outie about who deserves to live more. The episode's final arc shows how Mark's Innie eventually manages to complete Cold Harbor but struggles to decide whether he should help his Outie. When he finally commits to saving Gemma, a series of chaotic events unfold, leaving one with more questions than answers. When Mark tells Helly about his interaction with his Outie moments before he completes refining the Cold Harbor file, Helly surprisingly asks him to comply with his Outie. She encourages him to save Gemma and leave instead of trying to preserve himself and their relationship. While some might argue that this seems out of character for Helly, Helly finally seems to understand the weight of being Helena's Innie. She previously hated it when the Innies even considered the well-being of their Outies. However, by the end of Season 2, she seems to realize that Coble was right during the overtime contingency incident when she warned her that the other Innies would suffer if she did something to harm Lumen's reputation. After Helly's encouragement, Mark heads to the testing floor to save Gemma. He faces many challenges but finally manages to get her, Ms. Casey, to the door to the stairwell and asks her to leave. With this, she transitions into her Outie, Gemma, but Mark does not leave Lumen. While Gemma watches him from outside, Mark chooses to stay with Helly because that is his idea of freedom. He believes he has his own sense of identity and is not willing to risk losing himself just so his Outie can live in peace for the rest of his life. Helly and Mark seem to run deeper into the Lumen building, seemingly having no clue where they are heading. However, it will not be long before authorities from the company will catch them. Gemma, on the other hand, will have to escape the Lumen building and find Devon to be able to get Mark out of Lumen. If Gemma manages to leave, she will likely understand why Mark left her outside to be with Helly. However, it is hard not to empathize with her after Season 1's ending and wonder how heartbreaking it might have been for her to watch Mark leave with another woman. She,